All right, welcome back, good people. This is another week of my videos. That's right, you've been following me so far, I hope. If not, if this is the first time that you've seen me, hey, what's up? What I do here is I teach people how to set up the foundation of an online business while assisting them with becoming more comfortable speaking about it. That's what my company does. But for the year 2018, I've committed to creating 200 videos in that 365-day window. Now, I do other things as well, so you can imagine having to come up with the content, the processes, and all the time factors that are necessary to pull off that feat is not an easy endeavor. It takes some commitment and some sacrifices, but there are rewards, and some of the rewards, me doing this for the first time, are not even familiar with, right? But I trust in the process, right? Because of the amount of videos that I'm creating at one time, over what's considered relatively a short period of time. Now, what will that do for me? Probably people will begin to know who I am. People will begin to recognize what I do. And, sometimes through the way the universe works is people will be attracted to that. People will come to that, right? Because it's a process that people can become part of. And that's exactly what I want to do with my system. I want to be able to reach people who basically, like myself, had very little understanding of how the internet and all that works. And like myself at one time, who had very little resources to implement some of those things that I wanted to do. Because I would see people doing things that I wanted to do and I believe I could do, as well, maybe better. But I didn't have the knowledge or the money to facilitate that type of system. Now, it doesn't take a lot of that. It just takes understanding of how certain things works and putting those things in place. And then repeatedly doing that same process. That's exactly how I got to where I am, right? Now, today I have probably pretty close to 700 videos on YouTube, but that's not where I want to stop. That's not my mission. It's just to have a lot of videos on YouTube. I want to be able to reach a lot of people that I can assist with setting up a system similar for themselves, that they can talk about what they want to talk about, that they can show their skills and expertise in a way that they didn't know they could do. And all that's possible today. It's possible today. And if you're not really comfortable in front of the camera, there are a couple of other ways you can get who you are and your information out that I recommend. And that's either writing blogs or creating audio in a podcast format, right? I also have a podcast show that I do once a week. But guess what? Starting last week, I had an interview with this lady that she's going to start creating her shows on my podcast system for a trial period. I'm going to give her a trial period because she's got some really good information. And I believe in helping people who have a desire and she really wants to do a podcast. She really wants to create a podcast audience, right? And if that's really what she wants to do, and I can provide that platform for her, then I want to do that for her so that she can see what the results are and she'll understand the whole process. Because just because you want to do that doesn't mean that you really can do that without some type of tutelage or mentor, which is what I'll be for her. I'll walk her down that path, and then once she gets it and gets really comfortable with it and has grown her audience, then she'll set her own system up and she'll just transfer her audience to her system, right? But until that point, she'll be under my umbrella of Speak with Larry. My podcast is called Speak with Larry's Podcast also. So that's okay with her. It's not costing her anything. I'm doing this because I want to see how what she does, the effort that she puts in, will reward her. I want her to be able to experience that. And that's what you'll want to do too at some point as you're growing your system. you'll want to be able to reach back and help other people in their journey, because it is a journey and it takes time. You have to incorporate a window of time regularly. But a lot of people who take that time never really get to meet a mentor or someone that they can have trust or faith in, that will guide them to a certain point without being a whole lot of money, right? That's a myth about becoming successful in this life, is how much money you have. It's totally a myth, totally a myth. And I wish people would get that, but they won't get it because they're so influenced by people with money. And the people with money really, they're not really the people you should be watching in that respect. But I'm not going to go into all that. But this is my video week. I'm going to be sharing some good content that I learned over the week. And this is the reason I love having this show, is I'm able to do my research, because I like to study things, I like to learn things, and I like to share things once I learn them. And this platform gives me that ability to do that with my audience. Now, if you're not my audience, why are you here? If you are my audience, or you are planning on becoming my audience, I want to say welcome. Thank you for joining me here. My company is Speakwithlarry.com. And stay tuned for more videos. Don't forget to like these videos, share these videos, and subscribe to this channel. Speakwithlarry.com.